Welcome to Lacelit Audiobooks, The Reality Switch. Introduction. Have you ever felt as if life is happening to you, like you're caught in a current you can't control? What if I told you that beneath the surface of your everyday experience lies a hidden switch, a secret portal through which you can change everything? This is not some vague idea or wishful thinking. It's a profound truth waiting for you to discover. Your reality isn't fixed. It's fluid. And with the right awareness, you can flip the switch that transforms your entire existence. In the reality switch, we journey together beyond the limits of what you've been taught to believe. You'll learn how your thoughts, emotions, and choices create ripples that shape the world you see, and how mastering this process can unlock doors to freedom, joy, and unimaginable possibility. This book is an invitation to awaken as the conscious creator of your life, to step into a new frequency where reality bends and shifts in response to your intention. You'll meet ordinary people who discovered extraordinary power within themselves. A young woman who turned silence into connection, a man who saw conflict as a pattern to rewrite, and many others who found the key to change was always in their hands. Their stories are mirrors, reflecting your own potential. Each chapter offers practical insights and sacred practices to help you tune your inner switchboard, align your energy, and navigate the portals of choice and observation. This is not just theory, it's a lived experience, an art of presence and conscious creation. Are you ready to flip the switch, to leave behind the old script and step into the life you were meant to live? If so, turn the page. Your reality is waiting. Chapter 1. The moment everything paused. There was a moment, a single breath suspended between heartbeats, when Maya's world fell utterly silent. It wasn't the kind of silence that follows the end of noise, but something far deeper, heavier, as if time itself had pressed pause. She was standing on the edge of a bustling city street, surrounded by rushing feet, blaring horns, and the chaotic rhythm of everyday life. Yet in that instant, all the noise faded to a whisper. The crowd melted into shadows, the bright lights dimmed, and the endless chatter inside her mind quieted. In that pause, Maya glimpsed something she had never seen before. The invisible thread, weaving through everything around her, the unspoken current beneath the surface of her reality. It was as if a veil lifted, revealing the raw fabric of existence itself. The buildings were no longer just stone and glass. They breathed with life. The people passing by were no longer strangers, but radiant sparks dancing in an unseen field. Even the air hummed with possibility. This moment, when everything pauses, is the doorway to a different way of seeing. It is the beginning of the reality switch. Most of us rush through life, caught in the endless pull of doing, reacting, and surviving. We rarely stop long enough to notice the quiet spaces between moments, but it is precisely in those spaces that truth resides. When the chaos stills, the world doesn't vanish, it transforms. We begin to sense the invisible patterns, the energetic pulses that shape our experiences, and the profound power we carry to influence them. Maya's pause wasn't an accident. It was a call from within, a subtle invitation to wake up, to step out of the dream we call normal and into a reality where consciousness is the architect and choice is the tool. In this book, you will learn how to recognize your own moments of pause, how to step through that unseen door and shift the lens through which you view your life. This isn't about magic or wishful thinking. It's about awakening to a deeper truth that science, spirituality, and everyday experience all point toward. Reality is fluid, alive and responsive to the energy you carry. The moment everything paused for Maya was the first ripple in a vast wave of transformation. And that moment is waiting for you too. Chapter 2. The Illusion of the Fixed World. Imagine waking up one morning to find the streets you've walked for years suddenly rearranged, buildings where there were none, familiar landmarks vanished, and the sky painted in colors you've never seen. At first, your mind resists. This can't be real. Yet as you step into this shifting city, you realize the world you once knew was more fluid than you ever imagined. Most of us live as if the world is a solid, unchanging stage, where every event and object is fixed, predictable and permanent. The clock ticks with absolute certainty, the seasons turn on schedule, and our stories feel locked in place by the laws of cause and effect. This is the illusion of the fixed world, a deeply ingrained belief that reality is something outside of us, rigid and immune to our inner state. But what if that certainty is a carefully woven veil, a mask designed by collective agreement? What if reality is not a fixed set of facts, but a malleable dance of perception, belief, and energy? The ground beneath your feet is not as solid as you think. It shifts according to the stories you tell yourself, the emotions you carry, and the expectations you hold. Science, spirituality, and even the whispers of ancient wisdom now point to one astonishing truth. Reality is a dynamic field of possibility, not a predetermined script. Our senses interpret a fraction of what truly exists, filtering the world through beliefs shaped by culture, upbringing, and past experiences. These filters act like lenses, some clear, some cracked, that color how we see and experience life. When you cling to the idea of a fixed reality, you become trapped inside patterns and limitations. You see challenges as immovable walls, failures as final verdicts, and your future as a straight path with no forks. But in truth, these walls are flexible, these verdicts reversible, and the path is rich with branching choices waiting to be explored. Breaking free from this illusion begins with questioning the solidity of your reality. Pause and ask, how much of what I accept as unchangeable is actually a story I'm repeating? What if the rules I live by are not laws, but agreements I can rewrite? When you open to this possibility, the ground shifts under your feet, not in fear, but in thrilling potential. The reality you've always known was never set in stone. It's a river, flowing and bending in response to the currents of your mind and heart. You are not a passive passenger, but the river's very source. The moment you understand this, the door to your new reality swings wide open, inviting you to step through and dance with creation itself. Chapter 3. The Observer's Power. On a crisp autumn morning in Vermont, Olivia sat quietly on her porch, watching the golden leaves drift lazily from the trees. Her mind was a storm of worries, bills to pay, conversations left unfinished, decisions weighing heavy. Then something shifted. Instead of becoming lost in the chaos, she stepped back, as if rising above the swirling thoughts. She became the watcher, the silent witness to her own mental storm. In that moment, a calm settled inside her, like a still lake beneath a restless sky. This simple act, becoming the observer of your own mind, is one of the most powerful keys to switching your reality. It's the quiet space between thought and reaction where true freedom lives. Most people believe they are their thoughts, caught in the endless loop of fears, hopes, and doubts. But the truth is, Your identity is not the noise your mind produces, it's the awareness that watches the noise. When you learn to watch your thoughts without getting pulled into them, you unlock a new level of conscious control over your world. Science and spirituality both point to this truth. Quantum physics reveals that the very act of observing changes what is observed. Your attention acts like a spotlight, shaping what becomes real in your experience. When Olivia chose to step back and observe, she created a space between herself and her thoughts, a gap where she could choose which thoughts to hold on to and which to release. This space, invisible yet palpable, is the doorway to transformation. Imagine your thoughts as clouds drifting across the vast sky of your consciousness. Some are dark with storm, others light and fleeting. The observer does not cling or judge, they simply watch the passing parade. In this witnessing, your mind begins to settle, and the endless chatter quiets. From here, you can direct your energy, with intention, shaping the reality that unfolds beyond your window. To practice the power of the observer, find a quiet place and close your eyes. Imagine rising gently above your thoughts, like an eagle soaring above the landscape. Watch your worries, hopes, and memories as shapes moving across the horizon of your mind. Don't try to control or fix them. Just notice their presence. When a thought catches your attention, name it silently. Worry, hope, planning. Then let it drift away like a leaf on a gentle stream. Return your focus to the vast openness that holds it all. This simple practice is a radical act of self-mastery. It teaches you that your reality is not dictated by every fleeting thought, but by the space you create to observe and choose. When you step into this observer's power, you switch from being a passenger in your life to the conscious pilot, charting a new course toward the reality you desire. Chapter 4. The Pulse Beneath All Things. In the quiet heart of an ancient forest, where sunlight filtered softly through towering oaks and whispered secrets through the leaves, Mara stood still. The earth beneath her feet hummed faintly, a vibration, felt rather than heard. She did not speak the language of the forest's keepers, nor did she need to. In that sacred moment, words fell away like autumn leaves, and what remained was a silent conversation, one spoken in the language of life itself. This language is not written in books or taught in classrooms. It pulses beneath all things, the invisible rhythm that connects the stars above to the soil beneath our toes. It is the language of energy, the unseen current flowing through every breath, every heartbeat, every thought. While our minds grasp for words, this pulse is felt through presence, through being. It's a deep knowing that transcends logic and touches the core of existence. Every moment you are broadcasting this vibration into the vast web of reality. Your feelings, your beliefs, your intentions, they are not confined inside your head, but ripple outward, influencing the world around you like waves across a still lake. When you align with this pulse, reality begins to dance in response, not because you command it with words, but because you embody the frequency that calls it forth. 5 essential threads weave this energetic language: intention, emotion, focus, belief, and resonance. Intention sets the destination, the quiet compass within. Emotion fuels the journey, giving your desire its vivid color and heat. Focus sharpens the signal, like a beam cutting through the fog. Belief roots your vision in the soil of possibility, while resonance, the harmony between your inner and outer worlds, draws your dreams into form. To connect with this pulse, find a place of stillness. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, inviting your awareness to settle in your chest. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your heartbeat, a sacred drum calling you home. Imagine the desire you hold most close, not as a far-off goal, but as something already living inside you. Let the warmth of fulfillment spread through your body, swelling naturally like the tide. Now envision this feeling as golden light, radiating outward in soft waves, touching every part of your life. Place your hands gently over your heart, grounding yourself in this energy. Whisper quietly, not as a plea, but with unwavering certainty, it is already here. In this practice, you become fluent in the pulse beneath all things. You stop trying to force reality and instead begin to move with it, feeling the rhythm that shapes existence. This is the true language of creation, a song that starts not with words, but with the sacred energy you carry within. Chapter 5. Frequency is the new language. On a quiet evening in New Orleans, where jazz floated through the humid air like a secret melody, Ava sat alone on her porch. She wasn't speaking to anyone, yet somehow she felt the pulse of the city. A rhythm that whispered stories of hope, heartache, and unspoken dreams. The music wasn't just notes or lyrics. It was a vibration that stirred something deep inside her, an invisible thread weaving her soul into the night. In that moment, Ava understood everything communicates through frequency, a language older than words, beyond thought, and far more powerful than speech. You don't just live in the world. You are part of its vast, energetic symphony. Every feeling you have, every thought you entertain, sends out ripples into the unseen. This is the language of frequency. It's how the universe listens, responds, and rearranges itself to reflect the vibration you offer. Like tuning a radio dial, your inner frequency determines which station of reality you tune into. The static or the melody, the discord or the harmony. Frequency is not just about positive thinking or blind optimism. It is a precise vibration born from the fusion of your intention and emotion. Intention acts like a compass, pointing your energy toward what you desire. Emotion provides the fuel, the fiery charge that ignites manifestation. When these two align, they create a magnetic field strong enough to pull your dreams into your life. But if your frequency wavers, if doubt creeps in, or fear dims your signal, that field weakens, and reality remains unchanged. Think of your frequency as a tuning fork. When struck with pure feeling and clear purpose, it resonates powerfully, calling forth matching experiences. When muddled by confusion or resistance, the sound falters and fades. This is why mastering your inner frequency is not a fleeting trick. It is a sacred practice. It's about becoming fluent in this invisible language that governs creation itself. To begin, pause and notice the energy you are currently broadcasting. Are your emotions heavy or light? Is your mind focused or scattered? This moment of awareness is your gateway. From here, you can choose to adjust your frequency by consciously blending intention with authentic feeling. Imagine a dial inside your chest. Turn it gently toward hope, gratitude, and belief. Feel these qualities swell inside you, steady and true. As you do this, you become the composer of your own reality, sending out a signal that attracts the notes and harmonies of your desired life. This is the new language, silent yet eloquent, understood by the universe, felt by the soul, and lived through your every moment. Chapter 6. The Inner Mirror. On a quiet autumn evening in Vermont, Clara stood before the old lake near her family's cabin. The water was glass smooth, reflecting the fiery reds and golds of the surrounding trees. As she gazed into the depths, the surface wasn't just showing her reflection, it was revealing something far more profound. The calm lake mirrored her inner world, and in its stillness she saw the truth she'd long avoided. The reality she lived was a reflection of her own beliefs, fears, and unspoken stories. Every person carries an inner mirror, an unseen glass, that reflects not just the face they present to the world, but the thoughts and feelings that shape their experience. What you see in others, what unfolds around you, is never random. It is a living reflection of the energy you hold inside. When you criticize, resist, or judge what's outside, you are really reacting to what's inside. And when you embrace, forgive, or love what you see, you heal your inner landscape. This mirror does not lie. It reveals your deepest programs and patterns, your hidden doubts, and your radiant strengths. When you look into it, you face your own creation, not as blame or punishment, but as a guide to transformation. You begin to understand that reality is not something that happens to you. It is a canvas you paint with the colors of your inner world. To shift your outer world, the invitation is to turn your gaze inward. Find a quiet moment, close your eyes, and ask yourself, what beliefs am I holding that this reality reflects? What parts of myself am I hiding or resisting? Allow the answers to arise gently, without judgment. Notice how your feelings about others mirror your feelings about yourself. Begin to speak kindly to your reflection. Whisper truths like, I am worthy of love, or I am open to change. With each inner affirmation, you polish the mirror, clearing the fog that distorts your view. As your inner light grows stronger, the world around you shifts in kind. More aligned, more vibrant, more you. The power of the inner mirror is simple but profound. Change what you hold inside, and the reflection outside will follow. This is not magic. It is the universal truth of creation, waiting quietly for you to see it. Chapter 7. Thought is Architecture. In a quiet town by the sea, Maya sat watching the waves carve new shapes into the shore. Each ripple, each ebb and flow was a dance of creation, the ocean's endless work of shaping the coastline. She realized that her mind worked in a similar way. Every thought she held was like a stone placed in the blueprint of her life, forming invisible structures that shaped the reality she experienced. Thought is not just an idle flicker in the mind. It is the very foundation upon which your world is built. Imagine your mind as a grand architect, drafting the invisible blueprints that summon experiences, opportunities, and even relationships. Every idea, belief, and mental image acts like a beam, a wall, or a window in this unseen architecture. If your thoughts are chaotic, filled with fear or doubt, the house you build will be unstable, full of cracks and shadows. But when your thoughts are clear, purposeful, and aligned with your deepest truth, the structure that arises is strong, luminous, and expansive. This process is happening constantly, even when you're unaware of it. Your mind does not rest. It builds, remodels, or tears down, depending on the focus you give it. A single recurring thought, repeated often enough, solidifies into a blueprint so powerful that your subconscious begins to bring it into physical form. This is why self-awareness is crucial. To shift your life, you must become the conscious architect of your mental world. Begin by noticing the most persistent thoughts running through your mind. Are they supportive, or are they silently sabotaging your growth? Just as an architect discards weak designs, you must learn to release limiting beliefs. Replace them with ideas that uplift and inspire you. Picture the life you want as a magnificent structure, detailed, vibrant, and real. Hold this vision steadily. Let it fill every corner of your mind, then nurture it with feeling. Like a master builder who pours love into their creation, let your emotions cement these thoughts into reality. Because thought alone sketches the design, but emotion lays the bricks. The architecture of your life is ongoing. With each conscious thought, you draft your future, room by room, detail by detail. When you understand this, you hold the master key to creation itself. Chapter 8. The Emotional Switchboard. In a quiet coastal town, Lena stood at the edge of the shoreline, watching waves rise and fall like breath itself. The sea seemed endless, yet each wave carried a distinct energy, some gentle, some fierce, some charged with mystery. She realized something profound. Her emotions were much like those waves. They arrived unbidden, each carrying a unique frequency, shaping the landscape of her inner world and rippling out into the world around her. Emotions are not mere reactions or fleeting feelings. They are the universe's switches, gates of power that control the flow of your reality. Imagine an old control panel, dials and levers labeled with states like joy, fear, anger, love, and doubt. Each emotion you feel flips a switch, sending an energetic command to the cosmic system. When fear dominates, the switchboard tunes your reality to scarcity and limitation. When love flows, it opens channels of abundance and connection. Your emotional state is not just internal. It is the signal you broadcast to the infinite web of existence. This switchboard is always active, working beneath the surface of your conscious mind. The challenge is that most people hand over control to unconscious patterns, allowing emotional triggers to dictate their frequency without awareness. But here lies your power, becoming the operator of your emotional switchboard, choosing which emotions to amplify and which to gently dial down. To practice, begin by noticing your emotional tides as they arise throughout the day. When a feeling surfaces, pause and ask, is this emotion aligned with the reality I wish to create? Don't judge the feeling, simply observe it as a signal. If the answer is no, imagine gently adjusting the dial, releasing fear, softening anger, inviting curiosity. Then, consciously bring in an emotion that resonates with your desired reality, gratitude, peace, or excitement. Feel it ripple through your body, becoming the new wave you send outward. Through this practice, you become not a passenger tossed by emotional storms, but the captain steering the ship. The emotional switchboard is your interface with creation itself. Master it, and you can switch your reality on and off like a light. Chapter 9. Time is a trick of the mind. On a crisp autumn morning in Vermont, Elijah found himself lost in an old family photo album. Faces smiled up at him, some long gone, others just a few years past. As he flipped through the pages, memories flooded his mind, and suddenly the past felt as vivid as the present. In that moment, time seemed to blur. He realized that the boundaries between yesterday, today, and tomorrow were far more fluid than he had ever imagined. Time, as we experience, it is not the steady, ticking clock we've been taught to believe. It is a construct, a narrative woven by the mind to make sense of change and movement. But beyond this mental storyline lies a vast, eternal now, where past and future collapse into a single, vibrant moment. This realization holds the key to unlocking your ability to switch realities. When you are trapped in the illusion of linear time, your choices seem confined to what's already happened or what might come. But the moment you step into the eternal now, you tap into a portal of infinite possibility. In this space, your intentions ripple out freely, unshackled by deadlines or histories. You become the author of your timeline rather than a character, bound by it. To experience this shift, find a quiet moment and close your eyes. Breathe deeply and bring your focus fully into the present breath, the sensation of air flowing in and out. Notice how the mind tries to pull you toward the past or future, but gently return your awareness to now. Imagine peeling back the layers of time like pages in a book, revealing the boundless canvas beneath. From this vantage point, you can rewrite your story with the clarity that only the present moment offers. Each decision you make here resonates across all timelines, creating new pathways that lead toward the reality you choose. Time is not your master. It is your playground. Chapter 10. The Reality Loop. On the outskirts of a bustling city, Samuel sat quietly in his studio, watching paint drip from a brush onto canvas. Each stroke was a deliberate act, yet the final image seemed to take on a life of its own, a reflection of unseen forces at work. It was here he grasped a truth that had eluded him for years. Life moves in loops, a continuous cycle of energy that feeds itself, shaping reality like a river, carving its path through stone. This loop begins with thought, the spark of creation. Every idea you hold in your mind sends ripples through your inner world, setting feelings into motion. Those feelings then inspire actions, whether spoken words, physical movements, or choices made in moments of decision. Actions, in turn, produce outcomes, the external results you experience as reality. But this is not the end. These outcomes loop back, reinforcing the original thought, strengthening beliefs, and setting the cycle spinning anew. Most live unaware of this loop, caught in its automatic spin. Negative thoughts breed fear or doubt, triggering reactive emotions that lead to choices limiting growth or joy. Those outcomes then confirm the original fears, trapping the individual in a self-fulfilling prophecy. But the loop also holds a secret. It is a cycle you can interrupt and rewrite. Breaking the loop begins with awareness, seeing the full circle of your inner patterns. Imagine stepping outside a spinning wheel and watching it turn. With this vantage, you can decide where to place your energy. Instead of reacting impulsively, pause to choose thoughts aligned with your highest good. Feel emotions that support these thoughts. Then take intentional action that reflects your new direction. Watch as outcomes shift, confirming a fresh narrative. To practice, map your current reality loop. Identify a recurring thought and follow it through its emotional and action steps. Then consciously introduce a new thought, one of hope, possibility, or love. Notice how this subtle shift begins to transform your feelings and choices. With patience, the new loop becomes your default, reshaping your life from the inside out. The reality loop is a dance between mind, heart, and world, a rhythm. You lead. When you become the choreographer, you no longer follow the music of old stories. You compose your own symphony. Chapter 11. Reprogramming the Field. In a quiet studio tucked away in a bustling city, Liam sat cross-legged on the floor, eyes closed, listening not to music, but to the rhythm of his own breath. Around him, the hum of daily life pulsed through. The walls, yet inside, a profound stillness grew. He was learning something remarkable, that the invisible field surrounding him, this unseen web of energy, was not fixed or static. It was alive, fluid, and waiting to be rewritten. This field is the energetic matrix that underlies everything you experience. Think of it as a vast cosmic canvas, painted not with colors, but with frequencies, beliefs, and memories that shape your reality. Every thought, emotion, and intention leaves a mark on this field, creating patterns that pull circumstances, people, and opportunities toward you like magnets. But here's the key. These patterns aren't permanent. They can be softened, erased, or completely rewritten. Reprogramming the field begins with awareness. First, you must identify the outdated beliefs and emotional imprints that no longer serve your highest good. Maybe it's a voice from childhood whispering, "You're not enough," or an old fear echoing, "Success will cost too much." These invisible programs run beneath your conscious mind, quietly shaping the story you live. To rewrite these codes, start by consciously stepping into a place of calm and clarity. Close your eyes and visualize the field around you as a vast open space, vast as the night sky. Now bring to mind the limiting belief you wish to release. See it as a dark knot or shadow. With every breath, imagine a soft, golden light unraveling, this knot dissolving its hold. Replace the shadow with a vibrant thread of a new, empowering belief. I am worthy, I am capable, or abundance flows freely to me. Next, feel the emotion tied to this new belief flood your body. Warmth, confidence, peace. Let it saturate every cell, imprinting this fresh code deep into your energetic DNA. Repeat this reprogramming practice daily, like a gardener tending to a delicate seedling. With time, the field shifts. Your reality begins to mirror the new patterns you've woven. Remember, this is not magic. It is a natural law. The universe is responsive to energetic clarity and coherence. When you become a deliberate programmer of your field, you reclaim your role as the artist of your life's masterpiece. Chapter 12. The Choice Portal. On a crisp autumn morning in Denver, Marcus stood at a familiar crossroads, the literal intersection near his childhood home. But this moment wasn't about which physical path to take. It was a metaphor for something far greater, the invisible gateway of choice that opens and closes in every instant. He realized that life itself isn't a rigid path, but a fluid flow shaped by the decisions he makes, some small, some monumental, every single day. The choice portal is that sacred space where possibility converges with intention. It's the moment before action, the breath between impulse and decision, the silent pause where reality can be rewired. Every choice you make, no matter how trivial it seems, triggers a shift in the quantum field, nudging your experience in one direction or another. When you become aware of this portal, you step into your true creative power. Think of this portal like a door with infinite hinges, opening to countless realities. On one side lies the comfort of the familiar, on the other, the mystery of new creation. The magic is that both doors are always open, waiting for your conscious step. But what makes this portal transformative isn't just the act of choosing, it's how you choose. Are you driven by fear, habit, or external pressure, Or do you choose from a place of clarity, alignment, and trust in the unseen currents of your becoming? Marcus learned that when he paused long enough to feel into the deeper wisdom beneath his thoughts, a new clarity emerged. Instead of reacting, he responded. Instead of being pushed by circumstance, he was pulled by vision. This is the essence of the choice portal. Awareness that the power to switch realities lies in your hands, moment by moment. To activate your own choice portal, cultivate stillness in your day. When a decision arises, big or small, breathe deeply and ask yourself, which choice brings me closer to the life I'm here to create? Trust the subtle knowing that surfaces. Then step through, fully committing to the path you select. In this sacred portal, the universe waits with open arms, ready to mirror the reality you choose. Step into it with courage, and you switch the entire course of your life. Chapter 13. Imagination is the blueprint. On a chilly evening in Seattle, Ava sat by her window, watching city lights flicker like stars caught in a glass web. Her mind wandered beyond the skyline, into worlds she had never visited but had built vividly in her imagination. She understood something profound. Before anything takes form in reality, it is first sketched in the limitless space of the mind. Imagination is the unseen architect of your life's design. It is the blueprint from which your future unfolds. Every invention, every breakthrough, every dream realized began as a thought, an idea carefully constructed in the mind's eye. But imagination is far more than daydreaming. It is an active force, a creative energy that shapes your inner world and sends ripples into the fabric of existence. When you imagine with clarity and emotion, you forge a magnetic pattern in the quantum field, a detailed map that guides your reality into alignment. This blueprint is dynamic. It responds not only to your mental images, but to the feelings and beliefs you attach to them. The more vivid and alive your imagination, the stronger its pull on what is yet to come. Ava discovered that the key was to imagine not just outcomes, but the experience of having already arrived. She would close her eyes and feel the texture of success, the warmth of joy, the taste of achievement. This sensory immersion transformed vague hopes into tangible signals the universe could understand. To tap into your own imagination blueprint, create a quiet ritual. Close your eyes and build a vivid scene of what you desire. Paint it with all your senses. See the colors, hear the sounds, feel the emotions, smell the scents. Breathe life into this vision until it feels as real as the moment you are in now. This is your blueprint in action, a powerful command to the cosmos that your reality is ready to be reshaped. Remember, imagination is not escape. It is the first step in the journey of creation. When wielded with intention, it becomes the master key unlocking doors to new possibilities. Chapter 14. Silence as a Sacred Switch. In the heart of a bustling New York City, where noise rarely ceases and distractions flood every corner, Olivia sought refuge in a tiny, overlooked park. Amid the chaos, she found herself drawn to moments of profound silence, those rare pauses where the world seemed to hold its breath. It was in these pockets of quiet that she discovered an unexpected power. Silence was not emptiness, but a sacred switch that could shift her entire reality. Silence is often misunderstood as mere absence, the void between sounds. But in truth, Silence is a vibrant energy field, a gateway to deeper awareness and transformation. When you flip this sacred switch into silence, you disconnect from the noise of the mind, the chatter of doubt, and the pull of distractions. In this stillness, your inner frequency realigns, allowing you to tune into the subtle whispers of intuition and the pulse of creation itself. Think of silence as a reset button for your consciousness. In the quiet, your thoughts no longer dictate the show. Instead, your awareness expands beyond them, opening space for clarity, peace, and new possibility. This sacred switch interrupts habitual patterns and invites fresh perspectives, often the missing piece in manifesting your truest desires. To activate this switch, find a moment each day to simply be still. Close your eyes, soften your breath, and allow the silence to wash over you like a gentle tide. Resist the urge to fill the space with noise or distraction. Instead, sit with the silence and notice what arises, new insights, sensations, or a sense of calm that penetrates deep within. Silence, when embraced, becomes a powerful ally, a sacred switch you can flip anytime to pause, reset, and reorient your reality. It's the quiet heart of creation where all possibility begins. Chapter 15. The Energy of Language. In a bustling cafe in New Orleans, Ava noticed how the simple words exchanged between strangers carried more weight than the sentences themselves. A kind greeting lifted a weary soul. A harsh comment cast shadows. Long after the conversation ended, she realized language is more than a tool for communication. It is a powerful energy that shapes reality. Every word you speak vibrates with an unseen force. Words are not just sounds or symbols. They are energetic. Seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universe. When spoken with intention, words become spells that craft your world. The energy behind language can build bridges or barriers, awaken hope or sow doubt, invite love or breed fear. Think of your words as ripples thrown into a still pond. The quality of those ripples, gentle or violent, warm or cold, determines how the water shifts and what emerges on its surface. This is why mindful language matters deeply. What you say to others, and just as importantly, what you say to yourself, programs your energetic field and influences your reality. But it's not only about spoken words. Your inner dialogue, the stories you tell yourself, radiate energy that either confines or liberates you. When your self-talk is compassionate and empowering, it fuels the creative flow of your life. When it's critical or fearful, it restricts the channels of possibility. To harness the energy of language, start by becoming conscious of your words. Before speaking, pause to feel the intention behind them. Ask, are these words aligned with the reality I want to create? Practice speaking affirmations that resonate deeply within you, statements of truth, strength, and possibility. Equally important, gently transform any negative self-talk by replacing it with kinder, more supportive language. By mastering the energy of language, you gain a sacred tool to switch your reality on a profound level. Your words become living forces that invite the universe to dance with your desires. Chapter 16. The Magnetic Heart. In a bustling city park, amidst the noise of daily life, Sarah found a quiet bench beneath an ancient oak tree. She closed her eyes and felt the pulse of her own heartbeat, steady, rhythmic, like a hidden drum, calling out to the world. In that moment, she understood something vital. Her heart was not just an organ, but a powerful magnet, drawing experiences, people, and opportunities into her life with invisible yet undeniable force. The magnetic heart is the core of your energetic being, the source of true attraction beyond mere wishful thinking. It radiates a frequency so pure and potent that it aligns your inner world with the outer universe. This heart doesn't just beat for survival. It beats to create, to connect, and to call forth the reality that matches your deepest truth. When your heart is open and aligned with love, compassion, and authentic desire, it sends a magnetic signal that pulls abundance and possibility toward you. Conversely, when it is closed by fear, resentment, or doubt, that signal weakens and the flow of life becomes blocked or erratic. The secret lies in cultivating the heart's magnetic field by nurturing genuine feelings, not just fleeting emotions, but deep-rooted states of being that shape your energetic signature. Sarah learned that by placing her hand over her heart and breathing into that space with intention, she could strengthen this magnetic power. She began to focus on feelings of gratitude for what was already present, the warmth of connection with others, and the excitement of future possibilities. Slowly but surely, her life began to shift. New friendships blossomed, opportunities appeared seemingly out of nowhere, and her own confidence grew like a rising tide. To activate your magnetic heart, find a still moment each day. Place your hand gently on your chest and close your eyes. Breathe deeply, drawing your awareness inward. Let the energy of love, gratitude, and authentic desire fill your heart space. Imagine this energy radiating outward in waves of vibrant light, pulling in the people, situations, and blessings meant for you. Whisper softly to yourself, "I am a magnet for all that is aligned with my highest good." This magnetic force is always at your command, a beautiful dance between receiving and giving, between opening and trusting. When you master the magnetic art, you hold the key to attracting a reality that reflects your soul's true essence. Chapter 17. Belief is a frequency lock. In a small town in Oregon, Emma sat quietly by the fire, recalling a time when she felt trapped in a cycle of doubt and limitation. Her dreams seemed just out of reach, no matter how hard she tried. It wasn't until she understood the invisible chains of belief that her world began to shift. She realized that belief acts like a frequency lock, a powerful filter that tunes your entire experience of reality. Beliefs are more than mental opinions. They are energetic patterns etched deep into your subconscious, shaping the frequencies you emit. Imagine a radio dial that only picks up certain stations. Your beliefs determine which stations of possibility you can access. If your belief system is locked on scarcity, failure, or unworthiness, the universe reflects those frequencies back to you. But when you unlock limiting beliefs and recalibrate your inner dial to trust, abundance, and possibility, you open the door to new realities that once seemed impossible. This frequency lock is why two people can live in the same city, walk the same streets, and yet experience completely different lives. One might see opportunity at every turn, while the other sees obstacles. The difference lies not in the external world, but in the beliefs tuning their internal frequency. To unlock this frequency, start by identifying one limiting belief that holds you back. Write it down and then challenge its truth. Where did it come from? Is it truly yours, or a story inherited from others? Then, Consciously choose a new belief that serves your highest good. Feel it deeply, as if it's already true. Let this new belief become the new frequency you lock into. As Emma learned, belief isn't just a thought, it's a frequency lock that either confines you or frees you. When you master this lock, you hold the key to tune your reality to the life you truly desire. Chapter 18. The Collapse of the Old Self. In a quiet town nestled among towering pines, Lena stood before the remnants of her old life, worn-out dreams, shattered beliefs, and habits that once defined her but now felt like chains. She had reached a moment that many fear but few embrace, the collapse of the old self. It was not a gentle fading, but a powerful unraveling, like an ancient tree finally yielding to the winds to make space for new growth. This collapse is not a sign of failure. It is the crucible of transformation. The identity you have carried, the stories you've told yourself about who you are and what you can become, must sometimes fall away to reveal the vast, untamed potential beneath. It's as if the universe is clearing the stage, dissolving the scripts written in fear, doubt, and limitation, so you can step fully into your authentic power. The old self clings tightly to comfort zones, familiar pain, and known patterns because change demands courage. But the very act of surrendering to this collapse opens a portal, a gateway, where your new reality begins to take shape. Like a phoenix rising from ashes, you emerge from the ruins with a clearer vision, stronger resilience, and a deeper connection to the essence of who you truly are. To navigate this collapse, cultivate compassion for yourself. Allow the tears, the confusion, and the discomfort to flow without resistance. Trust that this disintegration is a necessary shedding, not an end. Then, in the quiet aftermath, listen deeply to the whispers of your soul, calling you toward new dreams and unexplored possibilities. This collapse is the ultimate switch, the moment when the old reality falls away to reveal the limitless horizon of your becoming. Embrace it, and you unlock the door to a life reborn. Chapter 19. Living as the Transmitter. In the heart of a bustling city, Ava found herself surrounded by noise, honking cars, chattering crowds, flashing screens. But inside she discovered a profound silence. It was in this quiet that she realized something vital. She wasn't just a passive receiver of the world's chaos. She was a transmitter, broadcasting signals that shaped her reality and influenced those around her. Living as the transmitter means understanding that your energy is a broadcast tower, continuously sending waves into the unseen field that connects all things. Every thought, feeling, and intention you hold vibrates outward, attracting corresponding experiences back into your life. This constant transmission doesn't pause when you sleep or turn away. It's the invisible current on which your reality flows. Most people unconsciously transmit a jumble of conflicting signals, worry mixed with hope, fear tangled with desire, creating static that blurs the clarity of their manifestation. But when you live intentionally as the transmitter, you become a conscious creator, tuning your frequency with care and purpose. Imagine a radio dial. When you find the right station, the signal is clear and vibrant. Likewise, when you align your inner world, your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, you emit a pure magnetic signal that pulls your desires into form. This is the power of deliberate transmission. You don't just receive reality, you actively shape it, To live as the transmitter, start each day by centering yourself. Visualize a radiant light glowing at your core, expanding outward like ripples on a calm lake. Set an intention to broadcast only what serves your highest good: love, confidence, gratitude, and peace. Notice how your interactions shift as you carry this signal and watch how the world responds in kind. Remember, you are not merely part of the system, you are the system's signal. Living as the transmitter is the ultimate switch in your reality. When you change your broadcast, you change your world. Chapter 20. The switch has been made. In the quiet stillness of dawn, Clara stood beneath the ancient oak that had witnessed generations of change. Today, she felt something shift within, a subtle but undeniable flip, as if the very core of her being had aligned with a new current flowing through the universe. The moment she had long prepared for had arrived. The switch had been made. This switch is not a one-time event, but a profound turning point where your old reality folds away and a new existence emerges. It is the culmination of countless small choices, moments of awareness, and intentional shifts in energy that together weave a new tapestry of life. When the switch flips, you don't just see the world differently, you become a new version of yourself, vibrating at a frequency that attracts the life you once only dreamed possible. The universe mirrors this inner transformation instantly. Doors open where once there were walls. Opportunities align like stars in a constellation, guiding you forward with a gentle certainty. Challenges no longer feel like obstacles, but invitations to grow stronger, wiser, and more aligned. Clara's heart swelled with gratitude as she realized the truth. The power to change her reality was never outside of her. It lived in her choices, her emotions, her awareness, the sacred switchboard of her soul. Now, fully awake, she embraced this truth with unwavering trust. To honor the switch you've made, take a moment to feel the ripple of transformation within. Let it settle like warm light spreading through your body. Know that this moment marks a new beginning, not perfection, but progress, not a destination, but an ongoing journey. The switch has been made. Your reality is now yours to shape, with clarity, courage, and infinite possibility. Conclusion. The journey you've taken through these pages is more than just an exploration of ideas. It's an invitation to awaken to your own creative power. The reality switch isn't some distant, mystical secret locked away by sages. It's a living force that pulses within you every moment, waiting for your conscious touch. You've seen how your energy, your emotions, your awareness, and your choices all serve as portals, gateways that open to new dimensions of experience. Each moment offers you a fresh opportunity to flip the switch, to step into a reality shaped not by circumstance or chance, but by your deepest intentions and truest self. Remember Maya's waves, Benjamin's mountain, Marcus's crossroads. They are mirrors reflecting your own potential. Your life is the canvas, and you hold the brush. With every thought you tune, every emotion you master, and every choice you make, you paint a world more aligned with your dreams. This switch is always within reach, accessible through simple, mindful practices. It asks only that you become the awakened operator, the conscious architect of your experience. There is no need to wait for external validation or perfect conditions. The power to change your reality is here and now, in your hands. So, take A deep breath. Place your hand over your heart and whisper with unwavering conviction, I am ready. I am the switch. My reality begins with me. When you live from this truth, reality doesn't just shift, it transforms, and in that transformation lies the boundless freedom to create a life beyond what you once imagined possible. The switch is yours. Step through it.